When a person living with dementia is in the final stages, the focus needs to be on their quality of life and on their comfort, rather than focusing on lengthening their life and on giving more treatments. Today we're meeting with Shari Young. She's a palliative care practitioner, and she's going to help us understand what to expect from end-of-life care. Hi, Shari. Can you tell us what palliative care practitioners actually do?
Well, thanks, Leanne. Practitioner could be a nurse, a physician, a psychiatrist, a social worker, anyone that has sort of gained some experience or expertise, I guess you could say, working with people that are nearing or close to their end of life. So that could be in their last months, days, or weeks of life.
Now, some people are confused by the word palliative. What is palliative care?
You are right, they are confused or even frightened, but the actual word palliative comes from a Greek root word, which is pallium, which means to cloak or protect. And that is sort of grounds our philosophy for the care of that individual.
Wow, I did not know that. To cloak or protect. Huh. Well, can you tell us what is the whole philosophy behind palliative care?
Well, the mainstay of that is that it's whole person care. And when we talk about whole person, we not only mean the person themselves that is experiencing this life-limiting disease, but also the family or the significant others around them. So we treat them as a whole unit rather than just an individual care. And we not only look at some of the physical symptoms they may be experiencing at this time, but we look at them, are there emotional issues, spiritual issues, are they having issues socially, or even some psychosocial issues too that might be impacting them at this time.
Can you tell us what to expect in the end stage of dementia?
So you might find that this person is sleeping more. They may get up, have their meal, and then lay down and fall asleep very easily. So their wakeful periods become shorter and shorter as they progress in their disease. The other thing, you might find that they're a lot weaker. So they maybe were able to walk with a walker or something else. Now they're able only to sit in the chair. And even sitting in the chair, their entire musculature is much weaker. So they sometimes even have difficulty holding their head up when they are sitting in the chair. They can also develop some muscle weaknesses when they're swallowing. So when they go to swallow, they choke easier, or you may find that they can't swallow. The food just sort of sits there and doesn't move down.
Wow, there are a lot of things that can be going on at that time. Now, what are some things that can be done to improve comfort at this stage?
Really good whole person care. So starting at the top, looking at what's happening inside of the mouth and sort of assessing the whole body. Are they comfortable? Are they laying in a comfortable position? Or is the head sort of twisted? Because a lot of our individuals have some past diseases like arthritis or other things that they would actually have more pain than someone that is young and healthy.
Medication can be a concern for families. Can you talk about pain management?
So we usually start with the lowest, most least invasive of medications. So usually Tylenol. And if that's enough to support the person, that's maybe all that we could do. And we can either give it by mouth or sometimes with a suppository through the rectum if they're not able to swallow. If that's not enough to manage the pain, then we sometimes will move to our opioids. And those are those medications, I think most people consider them narcotics. There's some fear around that they're very strong and that they can actually cause problems. But when we look at what they're equal to, say if I gave you a Tylenol number 3, that would be sort of the same as giving you something like morphine, 2 milligrams. So we usually start low and we go very slow as we progress with the medications. Our goal here is to manage the symptom well, but not create problems from that medication.
Thank you. That makes it a lot clearer for me. Now, in this late stage of dementia, a lot of medical situations can come up. How are decisions made around treatment?
Our hope is to meet with the family and the individual before this comes to this situation, and that they've actually come up with some plans around what to do in this situation. What we do is we look to the family for them to make the decision, and asking them sometimes, if they haven't had that talk with that person, what can you think back in the past when a similar situation happened to a family or a friend? What did they say at that time? How did they express what they would want done if, say, that person may have required a tube for feeding? What did they say to you at that time about that situation? And that sort of sometimes helps to guide the family and those significant others in their lives to help make those decisions around those situations.
That's a really good touchstone to use. Thank you. Now, why is it so important to still have care partners present during this stage? What can we still do?
I think it helps to guide what the person's wishes were. And even if they hadn't expressed their total wishes, at least those partners are there to think back in the past about what that person's wishes may have been, or similar situations that they may have been in, that they may have commented on. And that helps us to guide the treatment. And we really want to honor the wishes of the person and the family in these situations.
That's so helpful, Shari. Thank you so much for coming here and talking to us about this.
No problem.